Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. You guys know how much I love astrology, and we have our amazing astrologer, astrotherapist technically, Jake Santora, on the Holistic Human Performance team. We've been working behind the scenes. I'm so excited to finally be able to talk about this. We are doing a virtual retreat. It is going to be an astrology retreat. This is so incredible because we are combining astrology and healing to create long-lasting change in your life, for you to understand your soul's blueprint. So welcome to the Astrological Alignment Lab, Align with Your Stars retreat. Jake Santora is going to be taking the lead on this. I'm going to be tag teaming with him, and it's going to be amazing. So basically how we're going to do it, there will be 3 days of this virtual retreat. It will be a combination of virtual live stream and pre-recorded bonus videos. So what you're going to get out of this retreat, it's a foundational understanding of astrology, so that this language feels intuitive, empowering, and not confusing. Because let's be real, who doesn't want to know more or learn more about themselves to become a better version of themselves? It's like the cheat code. Seriously, it's your soul's cheat code. So why not utilize it to your advantage? You're going to get personal insight for your birth chart, which Jake will be doing readings throughout this retreat. It's going to unlock patterns, strengths, weaknesses, soul-led guidance specific to your cosmic blueprint. We're going to do energy healing, energy medicine. I'm going to take the lead on that. So we can really, now we understand who we are, and now we can take that information. How do we help ourselves? What tools can we utilize to alchemize what we came here to do and turn it into gold? When you use all of this information, you can literally change your life on every single level. The relationships of your dreams, the home of your dreams, the business of your dreams, the body of your dreams, coming back to wholeness, coming back to health. When you align with your soul's mission and purpose, you feel so fulfilled and so healthy on a level you don't even remember the person you used to be. You take those learning lessons and you move forward, and we are stepping into the fire horse year. 2026 is a fire horse year, which means it's going to be fast. It's going to be authentic. You must step into the most authentic, audacious version of yourself, whatever that means to you. And if you're not doing the inner work, we are here to help you with that. Now let's alchemize it into gold. We are so excited to bring this to you. It is going to start on February 20th, and we will go until February 22nd. And don't worry, if you can't make it live, we will have the replays available. And I will put all of the juicy information in the description box below. As always, you can find all of this on holistichumanperformance.co or on the Holistic Human Performance app, both available on Apple Store and Google Play. I will see you guys there. Hit us up with any questions. Now let's get into the episode.
Welcome to the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host today, Jake Santora, and it's Aquarian season. We have entered it officially. You can feel the energy in the air of the Aquarian. Shout out to anybody who has a sun sign in Aquarius. We're going to cover in this episode the basics of the astrological blueprint of the zodiac sign Aquarius. We're going to give some further details from an astrological academic standpoint to give you some insights of how the Aquarius symbol will relate to planets and houses in the astrological setting and language. And additionally, we will give you some helpful tips that you can use for yourself as we enter this nice 4-week journey. We have officially left Capricorn season and entered this new realm. And if you are not interested in astrology, you don't want to hear me talk, that is your given right, which is the essence of Aquarian energy. This is about individuality. This is who are you. The Aquarian energy does not fold within the social construct. They are rebellious, right? But they're rebellious in the format of how society sees them. So this next few weeks is your opportunity to be your own rebel and not fall in to any of these social norms or the societal elements that maybe you have consistently followed, right? So think about it, right? When we're thinking about energy, it's the internal battles. I don't really care about the external expectations, right? That's where astrology is so powerful because it gives you the blueprint, it gives you the reality of who you are to the highest degree. And when you know that, you're able to optimize your entire life with a higher level of consciousness. And the Aquarian energy is a great opportunity for you to lean in if you've never done astrology, if you've been interested by it, if you've studied for years. Take this chance to leverage the energy that you are going to be around for the next few weeks, because that is where spirituality, where astrology, these things are magic, right? If you really believe in universal forces, something bigger going on, you can't tell me when you look up in the sky, night or daytime, that these planets aren't impacting us down here. And if you believe in soul energy and past lives, this is where evolutionary astrology is so pivotal. I even like to say revolutionary astrology, because revolution will even just go with this Aquarian energy that we're talking about right now. Think about being a rebel. Think about being an individual, right? It comes with a revolution. And I want to keep this episode clean and away from other elemental social constructs that we are currently in, as a revolution is really occurring right now as we speak in America, in the world. So think just about that to the realm of a revolution, right? Complete change, complete shift, right? There's this stickiness with Aquarian energy too. It's abrupt, right? This abruptness. How do you get to a revolution? It is abrupt. It is different, right? So going back to the reality that the energy is swarming our society right now. It's swarming the world, from the things we're seeing in this nation, for the things we're seeing globally, right? An entire change is kind of happening to the collectiveness, right? And let's take a breath and come back to this collectiveness energy, right? Not good, not bad, no judge in one way or another, right? Respecting the Aquarian energy of all of us right now, of who you are as an individual, and honoring the energy that we are around as the sun is sitting in this zodiac sign Aquarian, right? It's real. This true energy is vibrating all around us in the quantum field, in the collective field, however you want to put it, right? And what are we going to do with it and about it? And we are seeing a lot of abrupt things occurring, but rising up as individuals, rising up as ourselves, and putting out the frequency that we desire is going to help hopefully alleviate the fear that our world is in, the chaos, right? These are realistic energies that can correlate to Aquarian energy right now, right? This abrupt revolution, right? How do we have this new world? How do we have this new social construct, right? Needing us as individuals to come together in the right way, positive light and love, right? Higher frequencies, not fear, not shame, not disgrace or judgment, but leaning into individual and really blossoming as a pure soul, right? So let's come back to the individual self then, right? Because when it comes to astrology, we're talking about the Aquarian season, right? So the sun, as it begins to go through the zodiac signs above us, those are the energies kind of like a magnifying glass, right? They're shooting down at us. The energy frequencies are vibrating out. Sun energy, Aquarian zodiac signs coming down. It's affecting us all differently. And this is where you bring it back to your own birth chart, right? Go to your birth chart, find the beautiful symbol of the Aquarian. It's kind of like ocean waves, right? There's this connection, but this Aquarian sign is going to be somewhere in your chart, right? For all of us, some more than others, right? And right now, going into the basics of astrology with seasons is I'm an Aquarian, right? Some people say. Anytime anyone says I am this, it's usually related to the sun sign. Now, what we really focus on and value with holistic human performance is every single planet, every single zodiac sign. All of them are a psychological, elemental design in your psyche. The sun has the psychological urge of power. So those being born right now until February 18th are going to be Aquarians. Those that were born in this stage are Aquarians as well, that are, have already blossomed on their soul journey around this exact time every year, right? The consistency. You are a sun sign Aquarius. So you have the psychological power urges of your mind relating to the flavor of Aquarian, right? Which we've already hit on. Individual, rebellious, right? But we don't see, in my opinion, on our end, with astrology, I don't get to see good or bad. I get to see how energy manifests. So go to your chart. If you're not just an Aquarian sun, you kind of have the ability to tap into this energy even more around this season. And of course, we celebrate birthdays, and I could imagine the Aquarian birthday, being very different, unique. Maybe they're doing something just a little bit unique. We'll leave it at that, right? But who they are, almost the Aquarian is like, wow, they are different, right? And just that difference, right? Walking your own walk. If you've looked at memes, if you've looked at different settings where, someone's walking against the grain, right? That's Aquarian energy. That's that elemental design of the individuality, right? You're going to be looked at as different. And if you feel that in the psyche to have the power that I am different, right? That is something that you can lean into. But for all of us, right? This next few weeks, even if you're not an Aquarian sun, you have this opportunity to start to recognize, where am I folding to social norms? Where am I giving in to others or giving in to myself and not being the truest version of myself, not accepting the true rebel in me, right? Go watch Star Wars, I would say, around here, right? That is a great movie to lean into some of this energy. There's some songs out there. Great movie, great song, The Greatest Showman, right? There's a song called This Is Me, right? And it goes very honed in of how, these individuals that were part of the circus are now stepping out and honoring who they are. And society calls them, quote unquote, freaks. When in reality, no, they are purest form of their individuals. And the song This Is Me, for some reason, hits just a little different with the collective energy. And that's the magic. That's the true, authentic, spiritual, astrological magic that's in the world, that you can actually sense it and feel it. And I get to be around a lot of people that say they're spiritual, they believe in the universe, and it's incredible. It's great. With Gena and I, with Holistic Human Performance, it is really willingness to do the work, rewriting your script, leaning into this energy, and the highest form of belief that the universe, where it comes to with patience, where it comes with manifestations, it is real, right? Law of attraction is an incredible thing that we lean on, right? How do I have this high vibrational frequency to attract things, right? If I have a low vibrational frequency, I'm going to attract different things, maybe more negative or more adverse versus the positive and joyful ones that we as humans would connect from an emotional standpoint, right? But if you let all that crap go and you just really think about energy, attraction of the universe, law of the universe, that can be so powerful. And that's where you've now connected to the collective universe with your soul force energy from within, which is your astrological blueprint. The soul itself has all those elements, right? So thinking about, again, your chart, where is the Aquarian energy in your chart? Find the sign, find the planets that it's in, and you will able to, one, have a deeper appreciation for your own conscious, right, and psychological format of the Aquarian energy in your chart based on the planets, right? And then when you think about manifestations, you think about the 3D realm here and the experiences of life. That's where the astrology houses come in, right? For those that are new, it's a circle, and you've got these numbers going around the circle, 1 through 12. Each of them, 1 through 12, represents a different life experience. They have different traits, right? So for me, when I look at my chart and I say, where is the Aquarian energy? It's actually my rising sign. So this rising sign, right, sitting right in my first house, I can understand to a higher degree the Aquarian experiences I might have related to the physical body, related to how I may be seen, right? Or more importantly, when I only look within, how I feel about people seeing me, right? And I would look in the mirror and say, oh, long hair could be unique. I live in California, so maybe the social norm has shifted, but when I was in the Northeast, very different, right? This Aquarian energy of, yes, the individual, but if you're an individual and you're a rebel, this setting psychologically for me is I don't fit in anywhere, right? It's the feeling. Whether that's true or not to the social, it is more reality to me, right? Glasses, different, right? But these are first house Aquarian features, right? And that's how this works. Now, for those that are more advanced or those that are interested to take this a step further, something we talk about in our Astrological Academy is rulership. This is so important because it gives you the chance to answer any question you have about your life, patterns, synchronicities, what have you. You can find the answer in the birth chart because each of the houses, again, represent life experiences. But with rulership even further, you can go into planetary ruler. So the signs have a planet ruler. So now you've been looking at your chart and maybe you found, oh, I got 4 or 5 planets in Aquarian, or I'm Aquarian sun sign, or I don't have any Aquarian, right? Or it's just on the second house. Everybody has some sort of Aquarian energy, but maybe it's ruling your second house, which just means that it's sitting right between the lines on your chart, between the first and the second house, right? So you'll have second house Aquarian energies, kind of like I was verbalizing my first house Aquarian energies. But when it comes to the rulership, go find the planetary ruler for Aquarius. And the main planetary ruler is Uranus. This planet is super powerful. And the thing with rulership, when you're trying to learn the astrological language, is you can start to correlate the energy of the zodiac sign with the planet, right? So the Uranus energy is going to have the similar psychological traits that we were mentioning with Aquarius. We said the sun is our power urges psychologically. Uranus overall is the psychological urge. Its main category is the individualistic urges of the psyche, right? And those will come to the subcategories that we kind of mentioned with the Aquarian energy. The rebel, right? The individualistic, right? Approaches, right? Just different, uniqueness to it. Really, really special force. But now, find that planet, Uranus, and you can actually gain even more understanding than just the sign itself of, oh, where might I attract in this lifetime these types of Aquarian Uranus energy experiences. So although my Aquarian energy is in the first house, right? First house being how we're seen, how people see us, right? Or the physical body. Then I can actually go to my Uranus, which is my tied for my strongest planet, right? It's in my 11th house. So finding myself having 11th house experience that are very Uranus and Aquarian is how this game starts to work. So me understanding again, I don't know if I always feel seen or I feel internally at least different, unique. I can't really explain the depth of why I am who I am, right? A very Aquarian type of message and affirmation. But it's going to be in the 11th house. So going into communities, and maybe for me that's been growing, right? Changing careers, going into becoming a licensed marriage and family therapist, to astrology, to ABA therapy. These things are different, and I'm on my own path, and I'm pleased to do it. But finding myself in these communities where I will feel like an outsider, right? But can I find the communities that don't make me feel so much like an outsider? And I've been able to join some remarkable communities, and we've built an amazing one here at Holistic Human Performance that's so powerful that when I get to work with clients one-on-one, or we get to do retreats and things like that, it doesn't feel as sticky anymore of I just feel accepted. And that type of energy will raise my vibrational frequency. So accepting that within allowed me to attract the right community that allowed a better psychological frequency and comfort for myself in terms of the Uranus Aquarian energy that I needed to absorb. We'll pause on that last one for myself, but I'll bring Gena in, right? Gena has, hopefully she's okay that I share a little bit, but her Uranus is in the 7th house. It's probably why we have a great business relationship, right? 7th house is partnerships. This is not, marriage, intimate partnerships, business partnerships, one-on-one friendships. So anytime Gena has a one-on-one dynamic of a relationship in any type of format, having the ability to potentially feel that she is, same thing, seen or heard for who she is, right? She is one of the most remarkable spiritual healers of our time. And another thing with Aquarian Uranus energy is you are ahead of your time. If the social norms don't align with us, with the Uranus Aquarian energy, you must be ahead of your time, right? Not many people are going to understand you, but for Gena's 7th house, can she find the right people that do? And we instantly went to the same college, but later in life figured, crap, we both are these spiritual beings that have a greater degree in these elements that we're interested in. The universe, astrology, scientific spirituality, right? And just made an ease of synergy, right? And it allows her to have relationships that support that. And I know in her marriage, right, and she now has a child, right, she's built a relationship where she's able to accomplish certain goals, right, in her relationship there that are going to feed in more to the Uranus energy. And I would always tell Gena, if someone doesn't see you for that, doesn't see you and accept you for the rebel, individual, badass woman you are, mother plus healer plus entrepreneur, run away, or more importantly, they'll just get pulled away because she's got so much power. But that's the reality how this works, because you get to choose. We are the CEOs of our lives. It's a line that I've been leaning into. You get to hire, fire, and promote accordingly. This is a great time for the Aquarian to come out in you, to figure out, even if you don't have it in the 7th house like Gena, who in your life do you want to be around? Right? For me, communities. Gena, 7th house. For you, who knows? Find it in your chart and be able to lean into the Aquarian energy in this season. You got a few weeks to do it. So the question that we want to leave for the season for the Aquarian is, where have you been folding, right, to fit the comfort of society? And then you'll find your answer of where you need to lean into and honor yourself to the highest degree for the individual that you are. And this is an incredible time to transform into that, to the higher degree of yourself. There is a lot of innovation as well in the collective field when it comes to the Aquarian, right? Going back to individual, rebel, ahead of your time, right? Innovation over the years, the development of cell phones, the development of AI now is something you can focus on, right? Social media, how you're reaching out, how you're connecting. These might heighten experiences overall with the Aquarian because you have this innovation element. But again, go back to yourself, bring it in of where have you been folding from a social norm and a societal standpoint so that you can break free of that and honor what's coming forward. Hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions or you want to do a reading, please reach out to me and Gena. We are happy to support you in anything you're looking for the development. We've got a lot of different astrology readings. Gena has incredible spiritual coaching sessions as well that help. Again, we are working magic of the mind and the soul and the body. It is true magic of giving you the tools and just helping guide you how you can optimize your life. And I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying sometimes we need an ally to be a mirror, an ally to give us just a little advice and fine-tune one way or another to really help you just soar. And I really hope that we all in this life will be able to gain consciousness, full consciousness. We're operating on our unconscious minds, which is part of the connected to the soul being the design of the astrological blueprint. But then how do you manipulate this energy? How do you leverage the energy for yourself? There are so many things that we can help support here at Holistic Human Performance. And we even have an incredible retreat that is going to do this. It's going to be ending right at Aquarius time. We're going to be launching into the Pisces energy for our next podcast and season, but the Pisces energy around a transformational experience with our Astrological Alignment Lab, a 3-day retreat, all right, end of February. All the details are on the website, but we are going to guide 6 people, only 6, to make sure that there's vulnerability, comfort, and transformational experience where you're going to have group curriculum, to exciting games, to incredible curriculum methodology that's going to alter the brain and mind state. And then you get to end with an astrological reading by myself and you, where we get to look at your astrological birth chart in its fullest degree, and then you can absolutely transform your life. So any questions on anything, we are always here for you. We appreciate this community, and we are sending you well wishes into this beautiful Aquarian season.